The appeal ends for a trucker involved in a San Antonio immigrant smuggling venture that killed 10. Alamo City remembers and salutes the last remaining World War II Doolittle Raider. And a Denver comeback sends the Spurs home in defeat. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Wednesday, April 17th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. An appeal abruptly ends for a trucker convicted of a 2017 deadly immigrant smuggling venture that left 10 people dead and hospitalized several others who were rescued from a sweltering trailer in San Antonio. Last week, the Federal Public Defender's Office in Alamo City filed a motion explaining that an appeal for James Matthew Bradley Jr. was filed too late and that there were no other reasonable avenues for continuing to seek recourse. The 62-year-old filed his appeal 12 days after the most extreme deadline allowed by federal appeals rules, and Tuesday the dismissal of that appeal was made public. After an October 2017 guilty plea to 2 counts of conspiracy to transport undocumented immigrants for profit resulting in death, the Kentucky man is currently serving 2 concurrent life sentences without parole in a federal prison in Indiana. In July 2017, Bradley was found with 39 immigrants in his tractor trailer in the parking lot of a Walmart on San Antonio's south side. 8 were already dead when police arrived. 2 more died later at area hospitals, and the rest were hospitalized for treatment of heat-related injuries, some so severe that they received kidney dialysis for months. Survivors told investigators there may have been more than 70 migrants and as many as 200 in the trailer at one point, though many left in passenger vehicles that followed the trailer into the Walmart parking lot after Bradley called the smugglers. Pedro Silva Segura was a stash house operator who delivered some of the immigrants to a staging point for loading onto Bradley's trailer and was sentenced to 9 years in prison for his role in the incident. No one else has been charged. To meet the growing demand for mental health services for military personnel, veterans, and emergency first responders, a San Antonio psychiatric hospital plans to build a $30 million 80-bed inpatient facility. Today, the Laurel Ridge Treatment Center will break ground for a 61,618 square foot, 1-story building, which will be a freestanding expansion of the center's main campus, located on an 18-acre property near Stone Oak. The privately owned hospital's Mission Resiliency Program already serves more than 100 military installations, including bases in San Antonio, making it the largest civilian provider of the treatment of combat-related post-traumatic stress disorder in the United States. And the expansion will bring the center's total of specialty inpatient beds to 330. San Antonio will bid farewell to legendary Doolittle Raider Dick Cole with speeches from Air Force Secretary Heather Wilson and General David Goldfein at an invitation-only event starting at 3 p.m. Thursday on the 77th anniversary of the raid. Retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Dick Cole died April 9th at 103 years old and was the last of 80 crewmen in the raid. At the age of 26, Lieutenant Richard Eugene Cole was the co-pilot for Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle as they flew the lead aircraft of 16 twin-engine bombers off the USS Hornet in what became the Allies' first strike against mainland Japan. The airmen then landed or bailed out over China, where most who survived were guided to Allied lines by friendly troops and civilians. And scoring 21 of his 24 points in the fourth quarter, Jamal Murray lifts the second-seeded Nuggets to a series evening victory in Game 2 against the Spurs. San Antonio led Tuesday's game at the Pepsi Center from the middle of the first quarter to the middle of the fourth, twice building a lead that got as high as 19 points but couldn't close the game. However, the Spurs' victory in Game 1 still means home court advantage for the rest of the series, which shifts to San Antonio for Game 3 on Thursday. And that's your daily San Antonio Express briefing for Wednesday, April 17th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.